Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Ravi and I will be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 270 meeting of Vadodara Toastmaster Club. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention basic ground rules that we follow in our meeting. Please mute your mobile phones. For online members, if you are not speaking, please mute yourself. And if you are stepping out of room, please turn off your video. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So avoid using these topics. We have drinking water facility at the back side and washroom facility at the middle of the stairs. So I request you all to raise your right hand and repeat our club mission after me. We provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Thank you. Now I will request our presiding officer, TM Dhruv, to come on the dais.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi, for the wonderful start. Good morning, all of you. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to another exciting meeting full of wins, meeting number 270 of Vadodara Toastmasters Club. So welcome once again. As the presiding officer, it is my honor today to lead this session and help create a positive and learning environment for all of us. Today, we are having a fantastic agenda filled with exciting speeches, evaluators, and other activities that will challenge you and inspire you to grow. For all the guests who are new to Toastmasters, welcome. We are thrilled to have you today here and hope that you will find our club supportive and a welcoming community. For all the Toastmaster members, welcome again. And I hope that today you will grow more than what you were from the last meeting. So let's start with the guest introduction. I would request each one of the guests to come here turn by turn, introduce yourself, tell us what motivated you to come here today, and how did you come to know about Toastmasters. Can we start from you, sir, please? Welcome.
Hello, my name is Krishna Dwivedi, and I'm a company secretary, and I have been working here for past 2 years. So recently, I gave my CAT exam, and I'm going for an MBA. But as you know, in that we require good oration skills. So I wanted to work on that. And my dad used to be a member of Toastmasters, so he encouraged me to join the club, and that before how much time I have till I join my college, I should utilize it. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Sanjay. This is my third Toastmaster meeting, and I'm working as a researcher in one of the companies located in Nandesari area. And I would develop more on my public speaking skills. So that's why I joined, or I am coming to this meeting. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Krishna, and this is my second session. And I'm here to enrich my public speaking skills and my presentation. And thanks, Dhruv Patel, for bringing me here.
Hello, I'm Hardik Mankar. I'm working with all scripts, and my company is actually support this Toastmasters community. And this is my second session. The main motivation is to enhance and sharpen the skill for public speaking. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for your introduction. I encourage you all to take this opportunity and make the most out of this meeting. Whether you are a seasoned Toastmaster like Toastmaster Gitanjali or Toastmaster Kirit or Toastmaster Hiren, or you are a first time guest, there is always is something new to learn and new skill to develop in each meeting. Our club is a very safe and supportive place where you can share your ideas with each other. With this, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Udit, who will present the book of the week. Toastmaster Udit.
Good morning, everyone. So, how many of you want to add creativity in your daily life? Everyone, right? Still, many of us think that creativity is just for an artist, but it's not true. Creativity is just a tool which we can use in our day-to-day life, personal life, and professional life, right? So, this book, Keep Going by the Austin Kleon, talks about how we can add creativity in our daily life. See, creativity is just not a one-day thing. People used to think that when the spark comes, the inspiration comes, then only I do some creative work. But this book talks about 10 ways which we can use and add creativity in our day-to-day life. One of the method he mentioned is to forget the noun and do the verb, which means like we used to speak with our position, like I am a digital marketer or I am a CEO or something. So we used to attach ourselves with identity with something which is a noun, but actual work is in the verb. Like I'm the digital marketer. Then I have to do some digital marketing work. Then only I can be called as a digital marketer. So this is the book by Cleon, Stone Cleon. You can read. I'm recommended you to read. It is a very small book, 200 page. You can read in a one sitting. So if you want to add creativity in your life, I recommend you to read this book. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Udit, for giving us an insightful regarding the book on creativity. Before we start the meeting, I would like to share one message. One of the biggest challenge faced by our planet Earth in recent time is global warming. We all are witness of the recent rainfall before 2 days, and also there were a hailstorm in some of the places in Vadodara, even in this off season. Today, we are living in a time where the effect of global warming is evident in the maximum mode. Our planet is at a fault, is facing a crisis, I can say, and it is up to us to take some action to protect it. We can reduce our carbon footprints, we can say, by taking very small preventive steps like conserving energy when it is not needed or reducing the waste. These are the very small steps which we can take and inspire others so that we can all move towards a common goal. With this, we will start with today's meeting, and I would encourage all of you to participate to your maximum so that the meeting becomes interactive. For today, the Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Pratik. Toastmaster Pratik is a very interesting personality, and he will be telling about the theme exploring the invisible. So, with a huge round of applause, let us welcome Toastmaster Pratik on the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dhruv, for that wonderful opening. Let me begin with this meeting. I will ask Toastmaster Ravi to bring up the presentation here. Until that, when I was in the preparation of this to PMOD thing, so when I prepared this first, I see a number 270. When I see the number 270, I found there is a very unique thing about number 270 because it is a Harshad number. Harshad number means it can be divided by the sum of that own digit. So 2 plus 7 divided by 9, it's divided by 9. So it is a Harshad number. And one on top of that, there is one more thing. It is sandwiched between 269 and 271. And that both are prime. So it is a very unique day today for us that we have a very unique number of meeting, and I believe the
experience will be more unique when we continue forward with this meeting. Going forward, today's theme is exploring the invisible. In everyday life, we see some of the things we observe, but there are some things we don't see because of the limitation of the physics. To grasp the more understanding of that, I will bring my friend on stage. Let me introduce Bob, the observer. Bob, please come on stage. Hello, Bob. Hi, Pratik. Hello, Toastmaster. Okay. So, how are you? I'm euphoric and handsome. How are you? I'm very fine. Thank you. So, how was uh, uh, I need your help to present some physics fundamentals here. So, are you interested in helping me? Yeah, I was just getting good. Tell me, how can I help? To understand further, I want you to give us the information in which dimension you are in. Oh, I'm in one dimension. Why? Okay. Are you see anything around you? Is there any object around you? Can you see anything? I'm blind. I can't see. It's totally dark here. Okay. Let me bring something for you that. Okay. Here. Okay. So, are you sure it is a line? Did you see anything more about around the line, or else? I'm 100% sure it's line. I'm blind. Okay. Don't get angry. So I have one supervision object with me. If I give you the specs, you are able to see a second dimension. Currently, you are seeing one dimension, but whenever you use those glasses, you will be able to see a second dimension. Okay. So are you interested in that? The second dimension, bro. Okay. This is a serious meeting, Bob. Don't get so nasty here and be some serious. I want you to be serious, okay? I want to be okay. Let me give you the glasses. Okay. Now Bob Dozor can see in two dimensions because he just wear the two-dimension glasses. Okay. Bob, how are you feeling now? Oh, I'm feeling empowered. Okay. So tell me what you see now. Yes, that was a circle. Because you are in a one dimension, you couldn't see the second dimension. That's why the line became the circle. Okay. And what's the next plan? Okay, only. Is awesome. You open my eyes, bro. Don't get so excited. I didn't even tell you there is all one more dimension you don't know. That's called the third dimension. What is the really third dimension? Okay, don't believe me yet. I have one more glasses. If you wear that, you can see in third dimension. Now I gave the Bob the third dimension spec. Now I'm asking Bob Bob, how are you feeling now? It's really fabulous. I'm having a good. Yeah. Okay, Bob. Now look around. What you see? I know you are from the one dimension. Don't even observe the third dimension yet, so you might not have an idea how a sphere will look like. But what you are seeing currently is a sphere. Okay. Okay, that was okay. I expected from you because you came from the one dimension. So after getting all this information, what's the plan? Now I can. Okay, that's very enthusiastic of you. So, but for that, I might need the glasses back because I need to give back to the theater which I got the stolen from. So you need to give me that glasses back. So sorry, Bob, but I currently do not have a four-dimension glasses because even I don't know what four-dimension will look like. But whenever I get the glasses, I will surely bring it to you to experiment with that. Okay. That's a life, bro. You need to get out of the box and confirm the
things which you have seen and proved that in the physics. That was the Bob, and he wanted to try something new, but eventually there is a very, the limitation of the physics where you need to prove something by giving the experiments and conducting the experiments. Okay, bye. So how a one-dimensional person can see a two-dimension object, because one-dimensional object cannot see the whole thing, but how Bob see a line when there was a circle. To introduce that, there is a one imaginary thing here. As you can see, the here when turning from one dimension to two dimension, the one dimension person can only see this thing because there is a limitation of the physics, so he cannot see the whole object. Now moving forward, our two-dimensional observer sees a three-dimensional object. In this case, I use a sphere passing through the two-dimensional world, where a two-dimensional world person observe there is a circle appearing and disappearing because of the limitation of the dimension. Now, there is a possibility that we are in currently three-dimensional world, but how we observe a four-dimensional object coming to the third dimension and going back to the fourth dimension. This is not a perfect example, but this could be the nearest most assumption as we could, comparing to the first two dimensions. So this will be the fourth dimension object coming into third dimension, and going back to the fourth dimension. I remember in the very past where the God became to suddenly appear and then suddenly disappear. So that is my personal opinion that God might have access to the more dimension than we human have, and they may use this ability to appear and disappear as their own will. So this is the maximum dimension I can give the example right now. Currently, I have many more to say, but I represented this meeting as the foundation of my next few meetings. So be with me there. So because the next meeting might be so overburdening, to clear things out, I need to clear some basic funda here. So this was my main motto here. So I have one question. What you are seeing, is it the past, present, or future? I have some time limitation here. So I will bring that question in your mind right now. Think about it. And we may conclude in the afternoon session, the third session of the Toastmaster meeting. So till then, you need to ask me this question again. So don't ask me, I will skip this question. So that's your based on your interest side. So this was the total exploring the invisible, that we are in the third dimension. We do not observe or see a fourth dimension. That was the limitation of our. So exploring the fourth dimension is totally based on the theory right now. So this is what the current physics have, at least I understood. So moving forward with the Toastmaster meeting structure, we have a 3 sessions. First is the prepared speeches, second is the table topic session, and third is evaluation session. Okay. In the first session, I will call on stage the prepared speeches, and they bring their prepared speeches session and give a speech 2 hours. And to enhance more and understand how they perform, we all do have a tech team. So from the tech team, I will call Toastmaster Durgesh to describe his role as a timer. Toastmaster Durgesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. Good morning, Toastmasters and dear guests. So I'm Durgesh, and I'm playing the role of a timer. I'm always euphoric about the benefits of tracking time in our Toastmasters meeting. It helps me to improve our communication skills, also time management skills too. As a timer, I time table topic speakers, formal speeches, and evaluators. So for the table topic speaker, a time limit should be 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll show yellow card. And at 2 minutes, I'll show the red card. For prepared speeches, time limit should be 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll show green card. At 6 minutes, I'll show yellow card. At 7 minutes, I'll show the red card. For the icebreaker speeches, time limit should be 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll show green card. At 5 minutes, I'll show yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I'll show red card. And for the evaluators, time limit should be 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll show yellow card. At 3 minutes, I'll show the red card. So all the very best for the speakers. And yeah, one more thing I want to add, that 30 seconds of grace period provide to each speaker to complete their speech. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Durgesh, for a very well understanding of the timer role. Now I will call on stage Toastmaster Hiren as the ask counter for today. Sorry? Hiren, sorry, Toastmaster Hiren.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster of the day. One saint, he used to get some food at different places. He went for bhiksha, that means asking for food donation. At one house, one lady says that I want to give you milk today. So saint says that don't give milk, you can give anything leftover food, don't give me anything precious. But she says that no, I want to give you the milk. And she brought a milk pot and she started pouring the milk into the utensil of the saint. But she was trying to avoid the cream that was on top of the milk. She was trying to avoid that so that only she can give milk. But because of the flow of the milk, that cream also flowed down into the utensil of the saint. And unconvincingly, she uttered the word ah. And now saint told that because I cannot accept this donation, because there is a ah of yours into this donation, so I cannot accept it. Just like saint do not like word ah, our audience also do not like word ah. And that is why we should also try to avoid that word while we are giving our speeches. And to improve upon, first thing is we should notice about it. I am going to do the same thing. I am going to notice all the ahs and ums that you are going to utter so that I will let you know at the end of the meeting and so that you can improve upon in your speeches next period. So thank you very much. Over to you, Toastmaster Hiren.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hiren, for that wonderful explanation of your role. Now I will call on stage Toastmaster Janki as a grammarian. She is a very new person to this Toastmaster, and he had done very good job. Toastmaster Janki.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Hello and euphoric noon to everyone. This is Janki Kotecha, and today I am playing the role of grammarian. Today I have two duties. My first duty is to make the report of the good and not so good usage of the words. For that, I would like to ask you a question inclined towards my passion, architecture. Imagine a building constructed only using one material, let's say brick. Does it give a proper strength and appearance? No, right? We have to cover the openings. At least we have to cover the openings with wooden frames and glasses. So similarly, words with proper grammar strengthens your speech. For example, I didn't know you were absent. The correct one is, I didn't know you were absent. And the second, I will revert to you as soon as possible. The correct one is, I will revert back to you as soon as possible. So with this, I hope we all understood the importance of grammar in our speeches. And my second duty is to introduce word of the day and phrase of the day. Word of the day is euphoric, which means generating intense happiness, confidence, and a sense of well-being. For example, a person is talking in phone call and he got some excited news, which is the euphoric moment for him. The phrase of the day is full of beans, which is to describe the energy and enthusiasm that is often present in our meeting. The example is life, as we all are here with full of beans to learn and grow, which will put us up to the next level of ourselves. I will make a report of good and not so good usage of words, and I will list down the person's name who used word of the day and phrase of the day. I will submit my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, TM Modi.
Dr. Janki. That was very wonderful explanation of your role, Tamarian. I believe it was the first time, if I am correct, and you did a very fantastic job in explaining. So moving forward with the first stage of our Toastmaster meeting, the prepared speech is, our first speaker is Toastmaster Udit, and to evaluate his speech, I will call on stage. The evaluative speech. We have a Toastmaster Nikhil. I will call Toastmaster Nikhil to come on stage and explain the key of the Toastmaster event.
Good morning, everyone. So today we have our first speaker, Toastmaster Udit. He has very interesting pathways, and that is innovative planning. He is at the level 1, and this is going to be his third project. The purpose of his speech is to introduce vocal variety and to include different body language in your speech. And speech title is Journey of Life. So I wish all the best, Toastmaster Udit, for level 1 project 3 speech. Thank you.
Now I will call on stage Toastmaster Udit to represent his speech. Toastmaster Udit, Journey of Life, Toastmaster Udit. The stage is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my fellow Toastmaster and the future Toastmaster. Life is a place where we can find ourselves and lost in ourselves at the same time. Before I start my speech, I would like to ask you one very important question. When you hear the word life, what are the things pops up in your mind? Shoot me some answer. What are some things when you hear the word life comes in your mind? Moving, happiness, enjoyment. Sorry? Oh, yeah, great. Shoot me some interesting stuff. Don't hold yourself. Goal, okay. Durgesh? You just married, right now you are just okay. See, there are one word and so many perspectives of one thing. So if I ask the same question to your younger self, let's say a child, when you were a child, and ask you the same question, what is the thing which comes in your mind when you hear the word life? Maybe the answer will be differ. Similarly, if I ask the current generation child, maybe the answer will differ. Now, the reason why this answer differs, because we have took some journey in life. So from the 8 years child to the teenage to the adulthood and more younger or adult version of ourselves. It's the journey help us to give more perspective towards the life. In general life, when we are traveling or we are going somewhere, what are the resources and tools we need to travel or to reach to some destination? What are tools we use? Let's say, what are the tools you used to reach this level of life? Anything? Yes. What are the tools you have used in life? Study, patience, okay. Experience, great answer. Go narrow down, zoom in. Discipline, okay. Now let me refresh the question. In general life, don't think as a life or a philosophical way, but in general life, let's say you are coming to this club or this place. What are the tools you have used to come here? Vehicle, okay. Then shoes, great.
Sorry? Willing to come. Great. Yes. Willingness. Okay. So one answer I found is vehicle. We need vehicle to travel somewhere, right? Similarly, in life, what is that vehicle that allow us to travel in life? Passion. Okay. Will to go. Okay. Focus. Okay. Still narrow down. Zoom in. Hard work. Still narrow down. Like Activa in life, to move or drive in the life, we need a body. This body, we couldn't function without the body, right? This body is a vehicle which we use to travel in our life. So how our vehicle should be to travel in a very comfortable manner? Our vehicle should be efficient. Our vehicle should be good spare part, right? Activa should be good, not to spare part maybe broken. It will be not a good vehicle. Similarly, in life, the body should be a good in shape. Right? For that, we have to eat well. Good. We have to fuel. We need a good fuel. Okay, so let's say we have a good body, good in shape body. Then what other thing we need to maintain it or reach? Let's say we have a good vehicle, good fuel, everything. Now, okay, yes, we have a vector, very good. Everything is perfect with the vehicle. Maintenance, okay. Exercise, okay. And very important person, I think, license to drive, okay. Okay, well, we need a driver. We have a vehicle, we need a driver to drive this. So who is the driver in our life? Who is the driver? Our mind, right? Physicality is okay. Now the main steering is on our mind, with our mind. So mind should be very focused. Know the vehicle, the functionality of vehicle. If I can drive like this, right? If I can't drive like this, well, I need to know which is the accelerator, which is the clutch, which is the gear, which is the steering. First, I have to learn the functionality of the vehicle. Then I don't go directly driving in the roads. I need a mentor or guide. I need to empty roads when I drive. This is how I learned. Then, what is the third thing which is required? Sorry, intellect. Then, now we have a driver, we have a vehicle. Now what is required? GPS, okay. Tourist where? Traffic rules, okay. Great question. Great answer. Better road to a destination. We have vehicles, fuel, and a good driver. Now we need a destination. How will find a destination? How will find? Maybe this will differ to every person to person. Maybe your destination is something else, my destination is something else. But there is one way we can find our purpose, find our destination through our purpose and passion. I can't ask someone, please tell me my passion. People can't answer for me. I have to find it for myself. So for this, I have to ask myself, what are the things which I found very interesting? Then I have to spend my time on those activities to figure out, okay, these are the things I have to like. It will give me a sense of road or a sense of saying like, okay, this is the path I want to travel. Okay, now I have a good vehicle and a good driver and a destination. What is the fourth thing which I need? Go on, please show some answer. Dedication, okay. Discipline, okay. Still I'm saying zero down or zoom in. Will to go, okay. So correct answer is the people, a company of good people. I can't, if the road is beautiful, there is no one person with me, so maybe there is no sense. So and we need the good company of the people who help us, support us, encourage us to in our life. Finally, I will conclude my speech with this one quote. Life is very short, so please make most out of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Udit, for a very wonderful speech and the understanding of the life. It will make sure our life gets better. So, moving forward with the next speech, Toastmaster Jyoti, I will call upon to evaluate. I will call on stage his evaluator, Toastmaster Sanchita.
to explain his or her speech objective. Toastmaster Sanchita, stage is yours.
Thank you, TMOD. Am I visible and audible?
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. My target speaker, Toastmaster Jyoti, is going to do a project from the path Motivational Strategies. This is her level 1, part 2. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn the basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. The title of the speech is Be Rainbow in Someone's Cloud. All the best, Toastmaster Jyoti. Over to you, TMOD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sanchita. Now I will call upon stage Toastmaster Jyoti. Toastmaster Jyoti, be rainbow in someone's cloud. Be rainbows in someone's cloud. Toastmaster Jyoti, the stage is yours.
Good morning, all of you. Before I start speaking on a specific topic, I have a question for all of you. Have any one of you have ever felt depressed, sad, insecure, lonely, crying without reason? Any one of you? Thank you for answering my question. I have gone through such emotions many times, and this is nothing but our mental well-being, our mental health. And this is a topic which we ignore many times and which we avoid to discuss openly. So I thought to take this opportunity and let us try to understand how we can improve our mental well-being as well as mental well-being of others by adopting or following a little supportive approach in our day-to-day life. So first and the very most important thing we all need to do is we need to keep a safe distance from a negative people. I'll give you one short example. I have a colleague who is a wonderful person, but he is a very negative, he's having a very negative mindset. One day, my office is on the 11th floor, and one day we were working, and all of a sudden he is saying that, Madam, what will happen if this building will collapse? I just looked at him and I told him, I don't know what will happen if this building will collapse, but if I lose my temper, you know what will happen to you. So the point here is you need to give a clear indication to those kind of people. Guys, this is not the place where you show your negativity. Go somewhere else. So this is the first point we need to follow. Secondly, let's talk about our parents, because the more they are getting older, the more they are struggling with their mental health. The reason is they are not financially independent. They are struggling with their physical health. Most of them have lost their partners. So your job is to give them an assurance that they are not burden on you. In fact, you need them more, and give them assurance. It should be visible in your action. Talk to them, give them a quality time. Secondly, kids. Kids are very sensitive. I mean, whatever you are going to teach them today, that will develop their mindset of tomorrow. So be very careful whatever you are teaching them. I'll explain you with the example. First thing, emotions and responsibilities does not have any relation with gender. So when you are teaching your kids, whether it is a boy or girl, I heard many times when a boy or man is crying, some of you are saying that he's crying like a girl. Emotions are not related with boy or girl. Men can cry. And first thing you need to teach your boys is cry out. Believe me, if you teach him crying is important and crying is absolutely okay, absolutely normal, he'll be a better person and he'll learn to deal with his mental well-being. And this is one of the main reasons why men are having heart attack ratio more than women, because they are being taught to suppress their feelings, suppress their emotions, and they tend to have that strong image. Similarly, being a financial support is not only man's responsibility or boy's responsibility. I heard my mother. I lost my father at very early age, and I become a financial support to my mother. So I heard her telling everyone that she has, ये तो मेरे घर का बेटा है, like he has become a son of my family. I was very proud of with that thought that I am become a son of family. And literally, I was living with that thought till the age of 30s that I'm the son of the family. But gradually, I realized that I lost the pride of being daughter. You should not say to the girl that she is a son. Let your son become son, daughter become daughter. And let them enjoy and their pride of being their own identity. So be very careful when you are talking to your kids. Third thing, your partners. When I say partners, it could be your husband and wife, your spouse, or any relationship you are having. See, lack of love, lack of attention, connect, and lack of compatibility are very big reasons of poor mental health. So the only one simple rule I have believed and I have followed in my life, which I'm going to tell you is, you need to take your partner as an individual first before taking him as your partner. When I say individual, he or she is having his own way of belief, his own way of looking at things, his own goals, dreams. So support each other when you are into relationship, that your partner does not lose their individuality. Once a person will lose his individuality, he's going to suffer most with his mental health. So your prime responsibility when you are into a relationship. And it does not stop with the families. It always, it is everywhere. And many of us are struggling with lack of confidence, lack of emotional support, lack of love, lack of care. You may find a person who is having everything in his life, but he is depressed. Depression doesn't need to have any kind of reason. So be a support system. Go and talk to them. Be a emotional support to somebody. This place is a very this is a place of we can become a euphoric person here and a place of very much positivity. I share it very openly that I come here for my mental health first, then for my public speaking. So come here to enjoy the positivity, and it doesn't cost you much if you find somebody struggling with the English or his grammar or his public speaking or fear of test. Come here, talk to them, send a voice text message or anything. Appreciate them. Be a support system to somebody. And when I conclude everything, I just realize that being a support system doesn't cost you anything, and it will create a magic in somebody's mental well-being. So you can become a rainbow in somebody's cloud. So do not lose that opportunity. Contribute to emotional health, mental health, being to everyone, being the support system. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you, Toastmaster Janki, for this wonderful speech. I believe when you become a rainbow in someone else's cloud, and as a last thing, also believe in karma, you might end up with a rainbow in your own cloud. So that was input from my side. So moving forward with the third speaker, Kuldeep, Toastmaster Kuldeep, I would call upon stage his evaluator, Toastmaster Gitanjali, to explain his or her speech of it.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster today. My soulful greetings to each one of you. Toastmaster Kuldeep, today you will present your Level 1 Project 4 speech from the past presentation master. The name of your project is Introduction to Vocal Variety and Body Language. The purpose of this project is for you to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance your speech. Timer, please note, his allotted timings are 5 to 7 minutes. He has kept a very unique speech title. The speech title is Chlorine is the breakfast champion. All the best, Kuldeep. Amazed everyone with your historic presentation. Thanks, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Gitanjali ma'am. Now I will call upon stage Toastmaster Kuldeep. Uh, I have one question for you. What you had for breakfast today? Not chlorine. Okay. Toastmaster Kuldeep. Chlorine is the breakfast of the champion. Chlorine is the breakfast of the champion. Toastmaster Kuldeep. The stage is yours. Many of you will agree with me that swimming is a ridiculous sport. It might save your life. That's true. But I still believe that it's a ridiculous sport. And I'll tell you why. It requires you to not breathe during the majority of it. And oxygen is very important. Another thing, it requires full body strength, and it also requires you to wear a latex cap that is molded to the shape of your scalp to keep the hair out of your eyes. I believe I've got that covered now, but back then I was not so fortunate. Swimming is a ridiculous sport, and yet I chose it above all others. And yet I chose it above all others. I swam mornings, I swam afternoons, and I even swam on weekends. And I constantly smelled of chlorine. So much so that many of my friends thought that chlorine was my natural body scent. It was not very flattering. As a former swimmer, I spent a lot of time thinking about the end of the race, the end of the practice, the end of the dance season. But I gave very little thought to what I'd do after the sport ended for me, and it did. It was a Friday evening at my local swimming pool when I touched the wall for the last time, and everything that I'd been working towards shifted to the past tense. No longer did I have to wake up for 6 a.m. practices. No longer did I have to wear tight-fitting costumes, no matter how good my legs might have looked then. No longer did I have to explain the goggle marks on my face to people in public, of which I would always say that my girlfriend is really violent, so she would take the heat for that. And no longer could I get away with eating 2 dinners in a single sitting. Swimming ended for me. It was the end of a chlorine, and from that day, it was the end of frizzy hair. It was the end of a chlorine diet, an enforced chlorine diet, and it was the end of hours of grueling practice. But I have to confess something to you. Frankly speaking, I was excited. All the benefits were there. I was euphoric, to say the least. All the benefits were there. I was very excited about it. But I would like to confess something to you all. I kind of miss it. Of course, I don't miss the grueling practices or the exhausting races. But I do miss the camaraderie of being on a team. Everyone knows, and everyone rightly assumes, that swimming is an individual sport. But as a former swimmer, I can assure you that my fondest memories are not of training hard with my eyes focused on the black line at the bottom of the pool as an overplayed song from my playlist is on repeat in my head. Like me, many of you would have assumed that those moments with our teammates, they were like moments of fire. We took them for granted. They were like moments of fire that created much needed warmth in a sport that required you to be cold and calculated. Not much else will compare to that time that you swam the last leg of the 200-meter butterfly relay, or you scored that winning goal against your arch rival team. You'll never quite feel that pain when you lock eyes with your rival in the next lane. and you'll never quite experience that joy again of when your teammates fire you up for a certain match that you got coming up, a certain event, or a certain race. So I would like to, and many of you would be able to relate in your own individual sports that you might have played. So I'd like you all to carry this thought, this feeling. I'd urge you all to carry this feeling and work towards, and to carry this feeling and work towards improving yourself or relating to it. How? I don't mean that you go out and swim a few kilometers or run the distance, the equivalent distance at the nearest soccer pitch. But I do mean that you can text those people that you competed against. You can dig up those old photos that you worked so hard to attain. You can call up those old friends that spent a lot of time with you, more time than even your family at some point. You can call them up, friends that became family. Because even though it's all over, it will come back to you in a chlorinated wave. You may have hung up your favorite swimming costume. You may have retired your favorite cricket bat. But for that moment, just for a moment, you'll feel like a champion again. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kuldeep. That was a very wonderful speech. If I have heard this speech before, I might have skipped the 1 liter of the corporation water we diluted with the chlorine. So I will next call on stage Toastmaster Dukesh to represent the report of these 3 speeches of the timing. Toastmaster Dukesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. So all 3 speeches were amazing, and speakers have delivered with full of beans. And I'm glad to announce that all 3 speakers were qualified. So I'll tell the timings of each speaker. Toastmaster Udit, timings were 7 minutes 20 seconds. Toastmaster Jyoti, 6 minutes 53 seconds. Toastmaster Kuldeep, 6 minutes 23 seconds. So all speakers were qualified. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dukesh, for detailed timing reports. Now, this was the first session of our Toastmaster meeting. The paper speeches is now concluded. Now, moving forward, we will go with the second session. So, the table topic session. For that reason, I will call upon the stage Toastmaster Jignesh. Okay, sorry. There is a poll in the WhatsApp group for the best prepared speeches. So, please note that and do a vote. Now, moving forward, I will go with the table topic session. And for that session, I will call upon the stage Toastmaster Jignesh, today's table topic master. Toastmaster Jignesh. Jignesh, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. Good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Toastmaster and prestigious guest. I am today's table master topic. Table topic master of the day. Let me introduce what is in this section all about. So this session is most terrific, most interesting, and most exciting. When we take a break, I have a question. Like, can we take a break before taking any decision or thinking? No, we cannot take break because when we are thinking and just speaking, so yes, we can take a break or thinking, and we will do in a table topic sessions also. So in the table topic session, most critical skill we learn, that is thinking on your feet. So what is thinking on your feet? So think and speak, unprepared, impromptu. So that we will do in this session. So to make this session more exciting or most interesting, I have change some ground rules. Like in a normal impromptu table topic session, there is one topic and we need to speak. Instead of that, I selected few debate topics. So in this debate topic, there are three choices. So one of the participants select out of these three choices, and if first choice is that debate with the second participant. So in that, we will call a second participant also, and they will do debate on this same topic. Okay, and the second choice is a solo participant. So if participant choose this not, then he need to do normal normal table topic session. And third choice is invite a second participant for opposite topic. So in this case, first participant finish his or her speech, and after that, second participant will oppose first topic. Like topic is taking a branding clothes or local clothes. So first participant speak on a branding clothes, then second need to oppose with the local clothes. So these are the topics. So I need some volunteer for starting this table topic. Anyone? I am encouraging this. Yeah, so we need a second party. So timer please note that in this case time is double. Like if 1 minute, 2 minutes you can show green card because this is second choice. So that is also possible. Okay. 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 The topic is which school you prefer for your kids. First option is the government school. Second one is highly paid international. Can I repeat topic? You can choose any of them. Government school or highly paid international.
Okay. Hello, everyone. The question is, what is the school I prefer for my kid? Government school or high-paid private school? Being a government employee, I should prefer government school because government schools are very much a high standard set already. Yes, IIM, IIT. We all know private schools taking much fees than these schools and not up to the mark to them. So I will go with government school. Thank you. Okay.
Hello. Hello. My name is Hemant. Basically, I'm a school teacher. I'm not in a favor to choose government school or highly paid international school. I prefer the school which gives best education. It depends on the teachers. It depends on the management. So I preferably go for the survey or look forward which what they are providing, what their education quality is. I'm a school teacher. Actually, I'm 22. I'm selected on interview basis. I'm not have done anything B.Ed or in degree. My future option is being a lecturer in college. So I have cleared GSET. But in my school, there is the management is not good, so good. The teachers are not so good. The students are basically come from the poor background, or they are not so financially good. Their family environment is not so good. I've seen my colleagues, they are not properly teaching. Okay, teaching So it is basically I not prefer government school or private school. I prefer those that school which is providing quality education and their quality management. So I followed 2 more participants. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Sir. So I'm not using this because the English is What is your dream place to settle down? Option one is India and second is abroad. Yeah, first of all, start with your name. Your name?
Yes, my name is Sanjay. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am seeing future for the battleground. Thank you all and good afternoon. My dream place to settle is the US because of the tax system in India. India is the only country where the salaried persons pay the tax and the rest of the people are enjoying the place. So the system is to be more inclusive, that should consider everyone. So the country like US, that everyone pay tax based on their income. So that is the system that considers every individual in an equal priority. So I prefer more developed country to settle down my life. Thank you.
The time.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, my dream place is to settle in India only because I had an option to go for an MBA in India or for abroad. But I decided India because I will give you certain. Currently, India is one of the fastest growing economy in the world, and India and China contribute at least 50% of world's economic growth. And also, right now, many companies are coming in India, and for a youth like me, many opportunities are there in various sectors to work and grow ahead in my career. And also, like if you see like the growth rate of if you see COVID-19 pandemic, so the global supply chain is disrupted. Countries like UK, Europe, all are suffering because of that. But India is still doing well. Still, it is maintaining a growth rate of 6.7%. So for that, I prefer to settle in India. Thank you.
What makes a best manager? MBA degree or 10 years managerial experience?
Hi, my name is
What is what makes a best manager? 10 years MBA degree or 10 years managerial?
So I would like to start with my introduction. My name is Kadir Khan and I have come from Anand. That's why I was a little late to come here. So I have been working in automobile industry for last 20 years, but I'm not an MBA. So lot of I have seen MBA is necessary if someone completed MBA. He has a good path in future. But in my as I'm
I have a 20 years of experience, so I have led a lot of dealership cars and commercial and passenger cars, and I have. So it's okay. I'm little nervous right now. So, experience is very necessary for growing in life. But if you complete if you done MBA, it's very necessary for to go next level. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, actually, I would, yeah. My name is Hardik, man. Actually, my total experience in IT industries is of 17 years. Before this, I was a teacher. It was about 7 years. And I settled down in Baroda in last year. Actually, my native and my born and brought up is in Rajkot. So, you know, Rajkot is very much a small city, and there are so many limitations to grow up in those kinds of cities. So I settled here. Now, come to the point. So I would prefer the experience first rather than MBA. The reason is actually I'm a QA, that is a tester in all scripts India Private Limited, and there is one concept that is exploratory testing. So one man or one individual can test the things by his own experience that is more achievable and more helpful than that of the degrees and certificates. Apart from this, and on the contrary, I would say MBA, that is, it will provide us a path, actually, a systematic way how to manage all the things in each and every manner. But on the contrary, again, I would say, let's take an example of Mahatma Gandhi. So he was not an MBA person, even though he's a well-known personality in management, and all the lessons and management studies are being and researches after this highness. So his personality. So I would say experience comes first. That's it from my side. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So any volunteer from the member? Yes, sir. Yeah, I know this.
Best life according to you, a village life
Or metro city life. The topic is best life according to you, village life, and second option is metro city life. Yeah.
Best life according to me is both. Actually, I want to spend 6 months in village and 6 months in modern city, because in village we have exposure to greenery, peace. In modern life we have to struggle a bit, and maybe yes, 6 months in a village and 6 months in modern city I will prefer, if the life allows. But right, the situation is like the growth in the cities, people are from the village are coming to cities for the growth, and the growth in the cities right now, so I will prefer that also. But for the peace part, I will rather choose village life. Thank you.
ये एक और both.
What do you prefer for the pav bhaji? Street food pav bhaji and luxury restaurant pav
Oh,
bhaji?
I think Toastmaster Jignesh is full of beans, so I must. I'm in fact a foodie. I love food, so it's the right topic for me. Now, pav bhaji is of course the staple diet of so many people. It's not only limited to Gujarat. It's limited to gone to all over India and even in abroad. I've seen even the pav bhaji, honest pav bhaji in America also. This is a surprise. Now, street food and five-star, a good hotel pav bhaji. They're two different aspects completely. Because I would rather like to support the person who is making street food pav bhaji, because for him, it is not only serving the pav bhaji, but it is his life which matters. In a restaurant, when you eat, it is probably the person who serves is not involved in that particular profit of the business. The profit goes to the owner. So obviously, the sweat, the hard work is done by the street fellow, not the restaurant fellow. But if you have to entertain somebody, and obviously in a city like Baroda, where it is very hot, you can't take your guest to a street food and then he will not come again next time. So it depends which guest you are treating. If it is for me alone, then of course I am not allowed to eat street food much because my wife makes a very good pav bhaji. So I have to indulge into pav bhaji to have to just say experiment something different. Like somebody is saying that there is a green pav bhaji available in Surat. So then I can introduce you, okay, we can go and eat that. So it all depends on the various circumstances. But my personal preference is, of course, a very good street pav bhaji, which is probably available in Manjalpur somewhere on Tulsidan Char Rasta, which is my best place.
Thank you.
One guest, any other volunteer? Yeah, please. Two choice. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Krishna, and I think the best outdoor activity or exercise. What is the best? Yeah, the best for me would be walking, yoga, because number one, gym. If you go to gym, you can lose your weight very quickly, but as soon as you leave it, you start gaining weight. Secondly, if you're doing yoga, you're not just exercising or losing weight. Moreover, you're gaining your peace. That's the best thing. Above it, yoga has a lot of benefits other than exercising and mental peace. Third thing is that gymming, like personally, I've tried gymming as well as yoga, but gymming has just given me aggression. But yoga and outdoor exercises have given me peace. Also, the best thing is that when you go outdoor exercises, for example, if you go for walking, you are exposed to a lot of things. You see a person in morning selling milk, he's earning his wages. You see the struggles of life, and you are exposed to see what is going in the outside world. In treadmill, you're just running, going nowhere. You're just running, but it's nothing. So I would prefer outdoor exercises, walking, and specifically yoga, and not gym. Thank you. I would say no workout is working for me. No yoga, no walking, no gym, because I tried everything. But if you ask about my choice, mental well-being and physical well-being, both of them are important, and there should be a correlation when you are doing a workout. So again, I'm not losing a hope, and I'm keep on trying on yoga. Maybe yoga will give up on me, and he will say, don't try on me. But yoga is something working with your mental well-being, and walking is something where you can every morning you can go see kids. Sometimes handsome guys are there, aunties are there. We are talking to them, and you can explore many things while walking. So you don't understand by losing weight also. You'll explore many new things. it will work, create magic sometimes. So combination of yoga and walking is the best thing. I would not given up. So I hope someday it will work on me and some positive results I can see. Thank you.
So last topic, 2 volunteers. We have time. Yeah. Yes, please. Or if you want to do real fighting, then it's also fine. Where do you get best information or entertainment? First option is television, internet. Second one is books. Thank you, Toastmaster Jignesh. My best source of information is always been internet, but getting books through internet and reading the PDF copy. So most of the time I search on the internet about any of the blogs or the content which I wish. So if any book, if I want to read, then mostly I get the PDF copy or the EPUB copy, which we can download and watch it in our phone. So it's always a combination. I can say that it's books and internet. And for me, before 10 years, there used to be physical libraries where we need to go and get books. Now internet is the library. It's on us it's on us where we want to stop for the knowledge. Internet is such a source that we are carrying the library in our pockets. Wherever we go, we carry the library with us. We can, if we have free time for even for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, we can take out the phone that is a library, search the information which we need, read, and then move ahead. So in today's world, I can say that internet is the library which we carry with us every day. Thank you.
Where to get information? In the era of a digital world, it is very crucial that if we get information, we want to verify is it correct or not. So whenever I see an information in the television or the word of mouth or the experience, I usually double check in the multiple platforms. If I vocally heard something that Coca-Cola is a very healthy product, so then I read the Coca-Cola website on the internet or see a commercial or that what actually they are saying. So that is my opinion. Information is everywhere. As one of the Dhruv's speech, I can remember that we need a funnel to filter the information. So that is also our part, that gathers the information from all the sources, verify with each of the resources, and decide that which information is correct or not. So that was the information from my side, and I believe every information is crucial for the next judgment. In my personal experience, I usually read from the internet. In my job, I need to download the data sheets and verify the specification of the particular component to decide whether the component fits in my particular application or not. So that's the major from my side, but I do suggest that the verification is important. Thank you.
Thank you all participants and making this session more successful. Now I am hand over this plate, this mic to Pratik, to your timer. Thank you.
Thank you, table topic master Jignesh. So for the table topic speakers, all the speakers are qualified. And for the table, one more thing I want to add is that table topics were so amazing and everyone enjoys it. Thank you so much. Over to you. So I would request staff for the poll. Okay.
Over to you, Toastmaster Pratik. Thank you, Toastmaster Durgesh, for the detailed information about the timing taken by the individual table topic speakers. Now, going forward with the third session of our meeting structure, evaluation session, where we get the feedback of the already done sessions of our first two, for example, prepared speeches and table topic session. Now I will call upon stage General Evaluator Toastmaster Ravi. Toastmaster Ravi, the stage is yours. Thank you. So good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. It's an euphoric feeling to be here today, filled with excitement and enthusiasm. As well as we all know, time is a precious resource, and it's up to us how we use it. It can be invested or wasted. But today, we have chosen to invest in this by attending today's Toastmaster meeting. My name is Ravi, and I am thrilled to be a general evaluator for today's meeting. I am full of beans and ready to host this evaluation session. Today's evaluation has 4 parts, and each part is as important as the other. The first part is evaluation of prepared speeches. Second part is evaluation of table topic speeches. Third part is the report of R-counter and grammarian, and the last part is the report of general evaluator. So let's start today's our first session with the evaluation of prepared speeches. So let's call our first evaluator, TM Nikhil, who is going to evaluate the speech of TM Udit. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Good afternoon, all. So we all are coming over here every Sunday for 1 p.m. That is a public speaking, right? And for public speaking, we also need 4 P's. And I'm going to evaluate today's first speaker, Toastmaster Udit. His speech was Journey of the Life. So as I was talking, 4P, that is plan. That is very important. We need to prepare. We also need to do practice, and then last will be the presentation, right? So I'm going to evaluate his speech based on these 4 parameters. He has started very well. It was solid start with the question and question about life. So anybody can easily correlate with that question. Good part is that he has taken all the answers. Apart from that, he also gives some clues and hints also. So it was really nice point about his speech. We all know there are 3 main elements of the speech. One will be the starting and the body, like what's the actual content that you would want to deliver, and the third will be the conclusion, that is the outcome for all the audience. So in Toastmaster Udit's speech, starting was super awesome. I was looking some of the good content at the body part, because there were a lot of questions that he has asked, and most of the time it has been consumed in the interaction. So it is always necessary to give our outcome, like what exactly we want to deliver. That is very important for any of the speech. So that is the one point that I would like to highlight as a part of improvement. There are another 2 sections, like any speech, like one will be the content. This is what I talk, and the other will be the body language. And that is what his objective of the speech. He was having very good hand posture, gesture, even confident throughout his speech. He was quite confident. I would say he has a full energy and enthusiasm in his speech. Apart from that, good eye contact and smile. So all the body language points he has covered in his speech. There are few points that he needs to look in the content side, and that is what he might need to, integrate few data in the speech or integrate his personal experience. At the last, I will give you small suggestions. Like in your speech, there are 4 main elements. One will be the body, mind, your destination, and fourth will be the good company. This is what the moral of your speech. You can very well organize these four elements through the proper sequence, and it will be a really great speech for all of us. At last, it was really good speech, very good body language and good confidence that we all have fun in your speech. The only things about the content part that you can get help from the any mentor. Thank you very much.
A very wonderful evaluation by TM Nikhil. Now, I would like to call our second evaluator, TM Sanchita, who is attending online on Zoom to evaluate our second speaker, TM Jyoti's speech.
Thank you, G. Am I visible and audible? Hello, am I visible and audible? Thank you. If you want to know how to deal with mental stress, then today's speech makes a part of your wish list. Greetings to fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests, and especially my target speaker, motivator, Toastmaster Jyoti. Congratulations for a brilliant speech. It had a good beginning, a body, and a conclusion. It was a well-organized speech. To begin with, the title, Be a Rainbow in Someone's Cloud. It was a very good title. It gave the meaning, a hint of the speech, but still it did not give the entire details of the speech, which made the audience curious to look forward to your speech. So good choice. You began by asking a question to your audience. This is the best way to grab attention. You bring everyone to the edge of their seats. You force them to listen to your speech. You began by showing off the problems. That is when people are categorized based on gender, based on economic growth, and so on and so forth. You gave the problem and then you gave the solution. Do not criticize. Let people enjoy their gender, enjoy their current status, let them grow in their own pace. That was nicely done. You talked about all phases of life, that is childhood, youth, aged, that is parents. You discussed depression that can happen at each and every stage of life and different reasons that they can happen for. You explained each and every aspect of depression and how it can be overcome. You can take this speech to the next level. I have a few suggestions with that purpose. One is you kept on saying firstly, secondly, thirdly. When you have this kind of point structure, make use of your fingers. First point, your parents, they may feel neglected. Second point, kids, they may be bogged down by expectations. Thirdly, youth supporting family, and so on and so forth. When you use your fingers, it helps the audience to remember the points. It can also help you to summarize the points at the end of the speech. Secondly, you kept on moving from one end of the stage to the other end of the speech. I would say you take one aspect of a person's life at each point of the stage. Say childhood problems at one corner like this, and then come to the adulthood, then come to senior citizen, and then summarize at the center of the speech. This will help you take pauses and at the same time help your audience to identify with the changes in the speech. To summarize, beautiful speech, excellent, relevant content, good presentation, nice eye contact. Just keep the suggestions in mind. It will be a brilliant speech. Over to you, GE.
Thank you. Now, I will request TM Gitanjali to come on the dais to evaluate TM Kuldeep's speech.
Thank you so much, Dee. Again, greetings to each one of you. Toastmaster Kuldeep, really, it was very nice to hear such wonderful presentation from you. Your speech became quite unique because of your unique speech title, Fluoride is the breakfast of champions. It created curiosity and enthusiasm in the minds of audience. Through your presentation, you shared about your swimming experience and also the sad story that the reason why you left the swimming. Opening of your speech was quite good and interesting. There were many takeaways in your speech. For me, it was not only a euphoric speech, but you presented it with a mood full of peace. It was well written, well organized speech, opening, body, and conclusion of your speech were well connected with each other. There were many wow points in it. Content of your speech was very good and thoughtful. You have good command over language. You use Western accent while presenting your speech. It is something very rare quality. You have soft and soothing tonal quality. You tried your level best to create good rapport with the audience. Facial gestures were also quite up to the mark. To make you a better speaker, I have few recommendations for you. Though it was a good presentation, but today I have evaluated you on the basis of your vocal variety and body language. Indeed, you have good tonal qualities, but due to lack of voice modulation, you could not create greater impact on audience. There were no high or low notes. It was just like a straight line. Let your body talk with your speech. Make your hands free to move with your speech. You have just used the stage like a to and fro. You have not used the total area of the stage to create a greater impact on the audience. Last but not the least, one thing, it was not a well prepared. Before presenting yourself, you must do little more practice before coming to this place. To sum up, it was quite an interesting presentation. One suggestion from my side, there's nothing late I can say. Still you have a time. Again, you can be a champion by taking the intake of chlorine. So start doing again swimming practice. Audience loved your message thoroughly. To make yourself a greater speaker, keep my recommendation in your mind. I believe there is a sleeping speaker inside you. Need to awaken it. All the best for your future. Thanks, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Now, I will request guests, whoever not present in our voting room, please scan the QR and join them in the group. Actually. Now, I will request our timer TM. Now I will request timer TM Durgesh to come on the dais and tell us our timing report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi. Very precise evaluation by all the evaluators, and all three evaluators have taken. I'll explain the timings for all the evaluators. Toastmaster Nikhil, evaluation timing is 3 minutes 5 seconds. Toastmaster Sanchita has taken 3 minutes 5 seconds, so both are qualified. And Toastmaster Gitanjali has taken 3 minutes 54 seconds, so she is not qualified, but her evaluation was very informative and very precise. So over to you, Toastmaster Ravi.
Thank you, TM Durgesh. Now, let's move our meeting to our next session, which is a table topic evaluation. I will request TM Sakshi to come on this dais.
Thank you, Jean. First of all, good afternoon to each one of you. Firstly, I would like to appreciate Toastmaster Jignesh for a smooth conduct of the table topic session and for the innovation in this session that turned on everyone's brain and brought euphoria in the room. And I laud Toastmaster Jignesh that they clearly deliver the rules and regulations. But still, I have a few suggestions over that. That please speak of the rules in the desired format, like person's name, topic name, and again that person's name, because that would eventually help in better comprehension and it will leave less confusion to the speaker and to the audience as well. So that was to the overall, it was a lucid session from your end, and try to be slow. Otherwise, it leads to confusion in the audience at what you have said. I am moving to the evaluation. But first of all, before the individual evaluation, I would like to give a general comment that before starting your speech, it is requested to thank the table topic master, be the audience present, because it helps in a better engagement. You can collect your thoughts in a given time, and also it is a basic courtesy that you acknowledge the audience, and it also helps in establishing credibility and make a good impression of you as well. I'm starting with the individual evaluation one by one. Speaker one was guest Sunil. Their topic was which school you want to send your child, in a government school or a highly paid school. So that was indeed a very phenomenal topic. And they choose that they would prefer government school since they are a government employee. And I would say that, of course, they have spoke well on that topic, but they could have added more. There are the benefits of the government school, that the fees are nominal, or the condition of the government schools are also going well these days. You could have given the example of the KV schools where government employees generally used to send their children. So you could stretch that speech to that level as well. Otherwise, speech was good from your end. And the next speaker was Hemant. They took a mid-pass. They just talk about that they would prefer a school where it's not about the highly paid or the government school, but where the level of education will be well. And definitely it matters a lot. Management should be sound. Otherwise, and you could have used a phrase that my father always posted upon, that "Bachcha padhne wala ho to kahin bhi pad jata hai." And this is very apt because we actually get attracted to the lofty arrangements, to the extracurricular activities from the school, but we always forget that what our child wants. Always see in your child what they want to pursue in the life, so that actually matters. Speaker 3 was guest Sanjay. Their topic was dream place to settle down, India or abroad. And they want to flee away from India because they are disappointed of the fact that the citizens, they are not paying their taxes honestly. But I would say that they could have added more about US, like US is a developed country, they have better opportunities, this and that, to have their speech more attractive. Next was speaker 4, guest Krishna. So they had a wonderful, they enlightened us by saying that today with the new budget scheme, India's economy is growing very well. And their speeches, and after all, you could say that we take a pride in our country, because with the new government scheme, when they are stringent of the fact that we are supposed to pay the tax under this much slab or that much slab, so you can have added more in that. Next speaker was guest Kadir, and their topic was what makes the best manager, MBA degree or 10-year management experience. And you correctly said that it is necessary to pursue the MBA degree because it will help in tackling situations in a better way. It will help our personal growth. And you could also give the example of if a man who is not pursuing the degree and if someone who is pursuing the degree, so you could clearly see the example that a person who with a MBA degree, they will work better in that particular area. Next speaker was guest Hardik. You spoke in opposition by citing that experiences play a powerful role than a bunch of degrees. Would I added more in that? Speaker 7 was Toastmaster Udit. You have deviated from your topic and you chose both, that you want both metro life as well as village life. Then speaker 8, Kirika, street food, pav bhaji or the luxurious restaurants. The topic was itself a mouth watering, and how you narrated it, it was very well, that it's not about the luxurious restaurant, but it's about the hard work in the sweat that is actually involved in the preparation of that maker, and how you portrayed your wife, that she also prepares the very best pav bhaji. So I very well hope that if she will be seeing the video, then she'll be very happy. And thank you for mentioning the locations that Surat and Manjalpur, Tulsiram, they prepare a very, very delicious pav bhaji. Next, speaker 9 was guest Krishna, and they chose yoga and walking over the gym. And yes, you aptly said that it is a good practice because it has a lot of benefits when you are outdoor, you are walking. It will help in getting you fresh air. It will also reciprocate you towards the nature as well. And since in this era, you could have added that when everybody is facing depression with the office work, with the personal life, then you can make a good build, but healthy mind and that yoga will help you cannot get. So you would have added in that Toastmaster Jyoti, and what you said, that hope is immortal, and I believe that your perseverance will help you achieving that success. Speaker 11 was Toastmaster Dhruv, and you chose internet to be your best friend in gathering information. And you aptly said that time has changed a lot when internet has a lot to say more, but you could have added more in that. And you could have added about the artificial intelligence, that these days people are more inclined over that, from where we can get information in a second. And last was Toastmaster Pratik. You started very apt that we need to cross check and rely completely upon what is posted in internet. But I would say that make books your best friend, because it will help in better comprehension and elevate depression, because that would indeed help you keep active. So thank you. With this, I over to.
Thank you, PM. Now, I will request today's counter, PM Hirin, to come on the dais.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. I should say that instead of me telling you the count, there should be some average, because the length of number of hours were related to the length of the speech that were delivered here. Because those guys who have not attended a Toastmaster meeting today, their hour count is 0. I will start with Toastmaster Pratik, it is 3. Toastmaster Durgesh, it is 4. Janki, more than 5. Toastmaster Nikhil used none, but there were so and right were the filler words used. Toastmaster Udit is none. Toastmaster Janki, while her speech, you were very good up to 6 minutes, and after 6 minutes there were 2 counts. For Toastmaster Sanchita, even before she started her speech, I wrote none. This is because of my past experience, but now I am little confused about my past, present, and future. That's what our Toastmaster of the day mentioned, the question he is going to ask. So I don't know whether I am in present now or what is going on. Further, for Toastmaster Gitanjali, I would say that because she was a principal, I'm sure students would be fumbling and they were speaking R's and M's, but not the herself. So there were none for her. Toastmaster Kuldeep, it was a clear speech, and he did not utter any R's or M's, but there were twice so filler word used. Guest Sunil is none. Guest Hemant is 2. Guest Sanjay 2. Guest Krishna 4. Then guest Kadir more than 5. Guest Hardik 5. Toastmaster Kirit, because I was expecting he would be talking about taste, but he diverted into who will be earning more. So it was sort of a chartered accountant series. So I forgot the count. Lastly, I forgot to check with the Toastmaster of the day that despite it is not mentioned here, should I consider Bob in that? So I'm not considering Bob in that, but if I considered audience, there were many ahs and ums I heard because of such a euphoric start of the meeting, and because meeting was full of beans and the beginning was such a nice that I could hear a lot of ahs and ums from the audience. They were saying, "Wow, oh, nice," and that is why I would say that they were having the maximum ahs and ums. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Now I will request our today's grammarian to come on the stage.
Thank you, Didi. Yeah. It was really an euphoric Sunday noon. So yeah, I am back with my report. It was a bit difficult as an average listener for me to prepare reports, but I have prepared at my best. So all speakers have constructed building with bricks. I am here to add some kind of wooden frames as per my interpretation. So submitting my first duty, the good words used were be rainbow in someone's cloud, will to grow, enhance frizzy hair, dig up old photos, sweat in the heart of street person, aggression and peace, pocket library, funnel to feel, perseverance. Some suggestions for grammar, according to me, the timings were used by Toastmaster Durgas. It will be time taken 7 minutes like this. Table topic master used critical things learned. It will be we will learn some critical things. Then Toastmaster Jignesh used I may encouraging guests. It would be I would like to encourage guests to participate. One guest used 10-year it will be the topic that 10-year managerial experience. It would be 10 years of experience as a manager. And some guest used I was teacher. It was about 7 years. It would be I was teacher for 7 years. Now submitting second duty, the word of the day and phrase of the day used by Toastmaster Ravi and Toastmaster Durgas used both. Toastmaster Pratik used word of the day twice. Sirit sir and Toastmaster Dhruv used phrase of the day. Toastmaster guest Krishna, Toastmaster Jyoti, Toastmaster Kuldeep, Toastmaster Jignesh, Toastmaster Sakshi and Toastmaster Hiran used word of the day one. So hence we all are witness of for the phrase of the day. We all were full of beans throughout the meeting. Thank you.
It was a very detailed analysis. Now it's time for my report as a general evaluator. The meeting poster was shared on time and the theme and description were written very nice. We generated a curiosity about what TM Pratik will bring us to this meeting. Meeting start on time at exact 11:30. Just a minor notices which I did was tripod was in a center, so the coming in and out was somewhat difficult. So he has to work on that. Second thing is common for all the role players that when you are taking role, it's not just about performing the role, but it's about the maintaining the time limit also. We today also overshooted the time by 10 minutes. So if each and every role player can keep track on that, or maybe they can read the agenda before coming to the meeting. So they can have clear idea what time we have and how much we need to stretch our content. So book of the week explained by TM Udit. It's very great, motivated, and do creative work. Nice brief summary about that. Then our president nicely told about global warming effect and how it affected the unseasonal rain on past couple of days. Now, the Timur comes with the theme exploring the invisible. Now, I can say the only engineer can tell the Harshad number and the prime number he talked about. So that explains who is coming, who is speaking on the stage. He some observations from my side that he used the mouse to change the slides of PPT, which was a smart move to avoid the interaction between Shah and themselves. He changed voice to create a second person perspective. Now I know how he keeps his daughter calm by using his second voice. He did his role of Timur by using PPT, mimicry, and made us all kaboom. So kudos to TM Pratik with huge round of applause. Now, he explained the meeting structure quite well. Durgesh. Then timer Durgesh comes on the stage, and very few timers talks about the grace period, that how much we have, and he talked about that. So kudos to you. Counter TM Hiren. He always starts something or his role with some sort of story to engage with the audience. And this time also, he did the right thing. It helps us to understand the role and importance of the role. Grammar, TM Janki. She explained the word of the day and phrase of the day very nicely with detailed example. Then our three speakers comes, TM Udit, TM Jyoti, and TM Kuldeep. TM Udit has a very interactive session. He always asking question to the audiences to make the speech more interactive. TM Jyoti talked about the mindset and mental health. She told a very different point, like man can also cry. And mental health. It's a point that we all ignore and we avoid talking about that issue, with someone else. It leads to bigger issue. TM Kuldeep has chlorine is the breakfast of champion. It looks like that you are having issue with the remembering of the speech. You can take notes for the reference, or you can practice more on that. Now that's all from my side. Now I will request our Timur, TM Pratik, to come on the dais.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravi, for the wonderful evaluation of the session. Now I will conclude my theme in just a very few time, because there is a very time limitation here. So to conclude the meeting, I will call this is the object, and consider that this is a two-dimensional object, okay? And I want to fit this object in this two-dimensional area. If I try anything, I cannot fulfill this area completely with this object. But in the two-dimensional object, if I need to make this fit in this particular area, I need to get out from the two-dimension, convert into three-dimension, rotate it in the one direction, and then put it in the second direction. And that way, I can make a mirror copy of that object. So in that case, if a two-dimensional object comes in the three-dimension, they can make that mirror image of that self. So that was the benefit of the going to other dimensions. If you somewhere get around and the world becomes like a totally mirror outside, so remember that you might have get to the other dimension and came back to your real one. So that was all from my side today. Now I will call. That might exceed the time. Okay. To answer the question, what you are seeing is currently past, present, or the future. Okay. So consider there is a. I will give you one clue. The time travels at 3 lakh kilometers per second. So whenever you see object, there is a finite amount of distance between the object and your eyes, and that distance might take a time to that ray to came to your eyes, and that time will eventually make that the past. So what you are currently see actually the past in the few nano microseconds, but that is actually past. So that was the answer of that question. So I will conclude my theme here. So moving forward with the award session, I will call on the stage Toastmaster Dhruv for that award session.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik, for a wonderful insight on regarding time, basic information which we might not know before you give us. Thank you. Since you're short of time, all the polls for the all evaluator speakers or tabletop speakers have been launched. Please vote. Till then, we can only have 2 feedback from the guest. Anyone would like to give feedback for the meeting? Any 2 guests, sir? You can just stand and say about the today's meeting. How do you like today's meeting? Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone who would like to give a feedback from the guest? Yes, yes. We might appreciate. You came especially for the meeting. Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. I think your investment would have worked today. Nice. Okay, so we will go with the felicitation ceremony. I hope we have got the result. Till then, I would like to thank our three hosts for today. Toastmaster Pratik for hosting the main event, Toastmaster Jignesh for hosting a table topic session, and Toastmaster Ravi for holding the evolution section. So are the certificates ready? I would like to call upon the Toastmaster of the day to call upon the winners and felicitate them. First award was the best cricket of the day, and that award was congratulations. Come in the center. As we received. Thank you. Congratulations. The second award. Congratulations.